Today, collectively, but individually, we're all gonna decide which of these cameras is best for us. Actually, not us, you. Don't worry about him, don't worry about her, focus on you. They are, of course, very, very similar, but they are very different. And look, all of us have different wants and needs and view and hear things slightly differently. Some of you are gonna say, Nano looks and sounds better. Some of you are gonna say, Ultra looks and sounds better. But some of you might want what Nano has that Ultra doesn't, and some of you might want what Ultra has that Nano doesn't. So today I'm going to run through the key specs and features, key differences and things that are the same between them both, and obviously we're going to do some side-by-sides. And every time you hear something in the specs and features or see or hear something in the side-by-sides that you like, that camera gets a point. At the end of the video, the camera with the most points is the best camera for you, and obviously I'll tell you which is the best camera for me and why. So get those pens and papers, iPads or phones at the ready. It's time to dive in. Oh no, they probably don't want to kiss, do they? Oh, okay, I'm injured already. Not even 5 minutes into the video. Call an ambulance. That was definitely better in my head. Okay, we'll just do this bit standing up as we start with the key specs. So, Ultra has a 1/1.28 inch sensor with a max field of view of 156 degrees, whilst Nano has a 1/1.3 inch sensor with a max field of view of 143 degrees. Ultra can shoot up to 4K 60, but if you want the super slow-mo stuff, you got to drop down to 2.7K where you can shoot up to 120. Nano can shoot up to 4K 60, but if you want the super slow-mo stuff, you can stay in 4K because Nano can shoot up to 120 in 4K. Ultra has a max video bitrate of 180, but you can only shoot in 8-bit color. Nano has a max video bitrate of 120, but you can shoot in 10-bit color. Ultra's standalone camera has a 500 mAh battery. The Action Pod has a 1450 mAh battery. Nano's standalone camera has a 530 mAh battery, and the Vision Dock has a 1300 mAh battery. Insta360 say you can get up to 60 minutes with the standalone camera. I got 52. DJI say you can get up to 60 minutes with the standalone camera. I got 52. Insta360 say with the camera inside the Action Pod you can get 170 minutes. I got 119 minutes. They also say that you can charge the camera inside the Action Pod from 0% to 80% in 12 minutes. I got 13 minutes and it only took 34% battery from the Action Pod. DJI say that you can have 200 minutes with the camera on top of the Vision Dock, but those tests were in 1080p that they did. I can't find their 4K tests anywhere, so I did my own and got 84 minutes. And they say you can charge the camera by putting it on top of the Vision Dock 0% to 80% in 20 minutes. I got 20 minutes, but it took 43% battery from the Vision Dock. Ultra's standalone camera weighs 53 grams, whilst Nano's standalone camera weighs 52 grams. Ultra inside the Action Pod weighs, oh, it's like a puzzle. You've got to get it the right way. Ultra inside the Action Pod weighs 162 grams. Nano, yeah, we did it. Nano on top of Vision Dock weighs 124 grams. Ultra comes in black or white and, oh, sorry, not black or white, midnight black and Arctic white. Nano only comes in black. Ultra has no internal memory but can support an SD card up to 2 terabytes, so you could shoot a mega movie, and if you wanted to shoot a continuous mega movie, you can, but the file splits at 30 minutes. Nano does have internal storage but supports an SD card up to 1 terabyte, so you can't shoot a mega movie, just a mega movie. And if you wanted to shoot a continuous mega movie, you can, but the file splits at 26 minutes. Ultra costs £389 for the standard bundle, and inside the box, Oh, that was a fail. I thought it was gonna nicely flap open. You get a lot more than this because I've lost some bits. You get the magnetic pendant, you get the quick release safety cord, you do get a hat clip thing, but I've lost that. You do get the USB-C lead, which is over there, and it does say lens guard. I'll be honest with you, I don't remember seeing a lens guard, so I don't know if it means the one that's already on. Surely it wouldn't. Maybe it's me. Someone confirm. I don't remember seeing it inside the box, but then again, I have lost the clip, so maybe I've lost that along the way as well. Yeah, anyway, Nano costs £239 for the standard bundle, 64GB version. The 128GB version costs £259, and inside the box, you get a protective case, you get a magnetic pendant, you get a hat clip, and you get this ball suction cup mount thing, which you can unscrew the suction cup, and you can screw this onto a 1/4" screw selfie stick type thing as well. Oh, and of course it comes with a USB-C lead. Right, those are the key specs. It's now time for the key differences. Nano has a DJI logo on the front, so if you were trying to blend Nano into your black t-shirt or black jumper or whatever it is by doing some POV shots like that, Nano is going to stand out more than Ultra because, as you can see, Ultra doesn't have anything on the front. Nano can shoot in D-Log-M, so if you wanted a color grade, you can color grade. Ultra doesn't have a log profile, so if you wanted a color grade, it would be a little bit more trickier. Ultra has Apple Find My, so if you lost him, you could use your iPhone to find him. Nano doesn't, so if you lost Nano, you just got to use your eyes and hope for the best. Nano is compatible with previous DJI Action mounts, so for example, if you have some Action 5 Pro mounts, you don't need to buy any new ones, they will work with Nano. Ultra is not compatible with previous Go series, accessories and mounts, so yeah, if you've got 3GS, if you've got, not 3GS, not the iPhone, if you've got the Go 3S mounts, yeah, they're not gonna work, so you will need to buy some new mounts and accessories. Nano has a built-in mic audio backup function, which essentially means if you've got a wireless mic connected and some aliens come through whilst you're recording and block the wireless transmission, the internal mics are still recording on the camera, so you have that as a backup. Ultra doesn't have that function, and with Nano, you can connect up to 2 wireless mics at a time. With Ultra, you can only connect 1. Ultra has a 2x clarity zoom. Nano doesn't have any zoom. Nano has glamour effects. Ultra doesn't. Nano can stick to magnetic surfaces using the rear magnet and the side magnet. However, Ultra can only stick to, oh, I've lost my balance. Ultra can only stick to magnetic surfaces using the rear magnet because it doesn't have a side magnet. Ultra has voice and gesture control. Nano only has voice control, but Nano has a nod and pat mode. So essentially you can put the camera on your hat and nod to start a recording, or put it on your chest and pat it to start a recording, but it doesn't actually stop the recording. So you can't pat it to stop. Yeah, you just got to press the button to stop. Ultra doesn't have pat or nod, but you could just raise your hand using gesture control to start or stop a recording. Ultra doesn't need to be placed back inside the Action Pod for you to be able to view footage back. You could just, yeah, have the camera here and play back stuff using the Action Pod like that. But Nano does need to be on top of the Vision dock for you to be able to play stuff back. Ultra has a face priority mode or portrait mode, which essentially brightens up your face. Nano doesn't. Ultra can automatically detect when it's best to switch into its low light mode, pure video mode. Nano can't. You've got to do the work yourself. When you're recording with Ultra, if you get something wrong, you can literally hold down the record button to cancel out that recording so it doesn't save it and you don't have to go back into it later and mess around deleting each individual file. With Nano, you can't do that. If you hold down the record button, Nano turns off. You can pause a recording whilst recording with Ultra. You can even take a picture whilst you're recording with Ultra. Nano, you can't do any of that. Ultra has haptic feedback or vibration, whatever you want to call it. So let's say Ultra is stuck to your chest, you're doing some POV shots and it's a loud environment. You just press record, you can feel it's recording, or press the button to stop recording, you can feel it stop recording. Ultra also has an LED light on the top of the camera, so you don't have to go like this to be able to see the front LED, because you just look down and can see the light on the top of the camera. Nano doesn't have any haptic feedback or vibration, and there's only one tiny light on the front, not on the top. Ultra has an active HDR mode, Nano doesn't. Ultra's minimum focus distance is 30 centimeters, Nano's is 35. Ultra has a flip screen, Nano has a screen. Just a static screen, doesn't move. Ultra records direct to SD card, Nano records direct internally. Direct internally? No, that's not it. Nano records direct to the internals. There you go. So yeah, you can't record direct to an SD card with Nano. You need to export everything from the internals to the SD card to get it onto the SD card. Nano has an underwater color correction function built into the camera. Ultra doesn't. Right, it's time for the key things that are the same between them both. So both have 2 levels of wind reduction modes. Both can shoot in 16:9 or 4:3. Both have an endurance mode, which when turned on will save you more battery. Both have removable lens guards. So let's say you smash the lens, you just unscrew it yourself and replace it yourself. Both can connect to their apps, and their apps can be used to operate or view the camera, and both Vision Dock and Action Pod can be used to control or view the standalone camera remotely. Both cameras are waterproof down to 10 meters to film Nemo, and the pods are IPX4 splash proof. Both allow you to set custom profiles. Both don't have a webcam mode. Both have an horizon leveling balancing option. Both have a quick capture function, so when the cameras are off, you just press record and it starts recording, so you never miss a moment. And both have a time capture and pre-recording mode, so again, you never ever miss a moment. Okay, numbers and words out the way, it's time for the side-by-sides, visuals and audio in a game I like to call Pick Your Fave. Welcome to Pick Your Fave, the only show on YouTube where you literally pick your fave. The rules are very simple. All you gotta do is pick your fave. So, I'm gonna show you some side-by-sides labeled camera A and camera B. Listen and watch carefully, and whichever one you prefer, write down A or B, and then obviously at the end I'll tell you which one was which, and then that camera gets a point and is what you prefer for visuals and or audio. Let's get started. The first side by side. Oh dear, hasn't been a good day so far for me today. My Phoebe, by the way it's my car, my Phoebe has come out of her MOT. She actually passed it, but she's got this really big noise at the back. Like when I brake, it's like blum, 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 blum. Basically, I haven't driven her for 3 weeks, so I was away, come back, get in her. I'm like, hold on a minute, what's this? Anyway, I can't believe she passed the MOT, but there she is over there, look at her. Sitting there nice and innocently. But the thing is, no one will touch her apart from Tesla. I've gone to the garages around it, no, Tesla, no. So yeah, I've just had to have the very expensive call with Tesla. She is scheduled, can you see how she is scheduled for her hospital appointment in 2 days. For now, I've just got to drive around with dum 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 dum. Doesn't sound good, James. Dum 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 dum. Anyway, shall we do side by side number 2? By the way, an MOT
for those not from the UK who don't know, an MOT is basically a yearly thing that every car on the road in the UK has to have. It's like a safety thing, you know, they check the tyres and all this kind of stuff. Every 12 months we have to have it. And I was just thinking, is this the case in other countries, like in other places of Europe, US? You know, I don't know. It fascinates me, all this stuff fascinates me, because in my head I'm like, okay, if, right, we over here have to do the MOT test on our cars every 12 months. By the way, I don't know what MOT stands for. I'm sure M stands for motor. I don't know what OT stands for. But if we have to do an MOT test every 12 months here, and somewhere else in the world doesn't have to do it every 12 months, maybe every 18 months. these rules and regulations just blow my mind, because it's like, okay, so the car is safe in that country for 18 months without a test, but the car is not safe in this country without a test for 12 months. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm not planning on driving that much over the next couple of days until a hospital appointment, you know, because of the do. And luckily, I don't live too far away from the Tesla garage, so I don't need to go that far. But look at this. We are by what I can only describe to you as a tired lake. Usually, you know, I like being by the sea. I don't live by the sea, so when I want to feel like I'm by the sea, this is where I go, and I just stand here and I look into the distance as if I was, you know, looking into the sea, because in my head all pools of water like this link into one and are basically the sea. Don't know about you, when I was watching that, all I was thinking was under the sea. Anyway, shall we do side by side number 3? Oh, under the sea, number 3. No, let's not get distracted. Number 3. Now, watch carefully on this side by side, because one setting on one of the cameras has been changed. We take a walk down here. When I was a kid, we used to, I think it was this bit. It might be a bit further up. Anyway, I think it was this whole bit actually. Used to, you know, hang around here, and I was a kid, you know how it is. I'm not gonna go into what we were doing. Save that conversation for another day, or will we? Anyway, yeah, this is, I used to spend quite a lot of time there, because this just goes down and down and down, and you know, it leads to the main road. Obviously we were over there, and that's where you got like the little park bit. But you know, you just keep walking. You literally just keep walking, and this river just is it a river? You know what is the difference between a river and a lake? I think it's time to search this up, because is it the same? Look, can you see it? Let's go down. It's a bit more darker down there. You can see it. You can just about see it. Look, that is, well, what yeah, I think I'm calling it a lake now. I don't know. Is it the river? Is it a lake? Is it the sea? How do we know? Anyone else watching that, like, James, you can't just tell us that much. Like, what on earth were you doing there when you was a kid? Tell us more! Don't just leave us hanging. Anyway, are you ready for the last side by side? Do you want me to show you where else I used to go when I was a little kid? Down this road right here, which is just a normal road of houses, but the reason I used to go down here is because I used to do paper round. Can you imagine me, James, on my little bike delivering the newspapers? This is one of the roads I used to deliver them on. And you know what really blows my mind? This building here, this used to be offices. Now it's not offices, it is, oh no, someone's broke down. It's not offices, it is apartments. As you can see, I don't know if you can see, look, there you go. Construction blows my mind. Oh no, oh no. There's noises, there's smells coming out of it. Anyway, yeah, construction blows my mind, because I remember when this used to be offices, which part of it is this part of the building is still offices. This part of the building is residential. Anyway, back to the paper round. So yeah, so that road that I was just down was one of the roads I used to do paper round on, and yeah, actually this road here was where I used to do paper rounds on. And talking about construction, the kind of newsagent place where I was based has now turned into Indian takeaway restaurant. Alrighty, Roo, are you ready for the results? Camera A was Nano and camera B was Ultra. So, which one of those did you prefer? And which one of these is gonna get your point? That's it. Thanks for playing the only show on YouTube where you literally have to pick your fave.
which of these cameras is the best for you? After all of that, which of these, forget about him, forget about her, which of these is the best for you? Let me break things down a little bit more. Out of these two cameras, if you are looking for a vlogging camera, and you're the type of vlogger that 1 minute you're speaking to the camera, next minute you're facing away, then you're speaking to the camera, then you're facing away, go with Ultra. Because of the flip screen. Trying to do that with Nano is doable, but it's annoying because you have to keep taking the camera off and turning it back around, taking it off, you know, to be able to see yourself in the screen. If you want a camera that's good in low light, go with Ultra. I mean, the results speak for themselves. If you want a camera that's better for the hardcore actiony stuff, go with Ultra. Nano, although can handle some action, I feel is just very plasticky and flimsy in areas. So if I had to pick one of them to do hardcore actiony stuff with, I would think Ultra would hold up better, so I would pick Ultra. If you want a camera that has all the handy features, go with Ultra. You know, you've got Apple Find My, you've got the 2x clarity zoom, you've got the option to turn auto pure video mode on so it can automatically detect when to go into the low light mode, so you don't have to keep thinking about it. You've got the cancel out recording thing, which, you know what, before we had it, we didn't know we needed it, but now we've got it. I never want to live without it, which Nano doesn't have. So if features mean more to you, then go with Ultra. If you're looking for a vlogging camera and you're not the type of vlogger to, you know, 1 minute be on camera, next minute face it away, be on camera, face it away, I would go with Nano. Nano feels so good to hold in the hand when you're literally just holding it like that. So maybe you are the type of person where most of your shots are like, you know, facing out, showing everyone what's going on out, and you appear sometimes, you know, on camera. Then it's not going to be that annoying twisting the camera because you're only going to be doing it a small amount of times. But Nano feels so much better in the hand to hold than Ultra because it's lighter and less chunkier. So yeah, I would go with Nano if you're not that type of vlogger where you're constantly, you know, 1 minute on camera, next minute not. If you're looking for a camera where it's more true to life colors, straight out of camera, I would go with Nano. I find Ultra to be a little bit too saturated sometimes, and sometimes even a little bit too sharp, even though you turn it down, whereas Nano straight out of camera is more true to life. If you are looking to color grade your footage, I would go with Nano because you've got D-Log M, whereas on Ultra, you don't have any log profile. If you're on a tighter budget, go with Nano because Nano is £150 cheaper than Ultra. And if you have some other DJI products like the Action 5 Pro where you've got some mounts and stuff, you don't have to spend any more money after this buying any more mounts or accessories because they're all compatible. Whereas with Ultra, you've got to get, no matter what, none of the previous Go stuff is available, so you have to buy more accessories and mounts on top, which is just going to keep increasing the price even more. If I was going away, oh, that was close. I got it just before it went headfirst in the drink. If I was going away, what was I saying? If I was going away for, I don't know where I'm going, but if I was going away for 2 weeks and I could only pick one of these cameras to bring with me, which one would I bring? I would bring Ultra. So maybe we should put Nano headfirst in the drink. Yeah, I'd bring Ultra because of the way how I would use Ultra whilst I'm away, which is vlogging, right? So 1 minute I'm like this, and I'm like this, and like that is it. Like I'm fast paced, I'm like this. You can't do that with Nano, well you can, but it's annoying. The main reason for me literally would have to be the screen, because I actually prefer the image coming out of Nano, because like I said, I find it a bit too saturated and sharp coming out of Ultra. But it doesn't mean that I think the image is bad. I actually said it in my initial review before Nano even came out, that the image is so much more clearer. It's so good than like we've previously had. Like, it's so good. It is so good. Like the face priority brightens up the face. Like it's great. But on a personal preference side of things, which there is no right or wrong to this, because like I said at the beginning, like you're gonna say Ultra looks better, you're gonna say Nano looks better. Like it is a personal preference thing. I just prefer the image coming out of Nano. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to choose Nano over Ultra to take with me because of the way I'm going to be filming, which is why I keep saying to you, like, think of how you're going to be using these cameras. Like, obviously, both of these cameras are POV cameras, but, you know, you could easily use Nano as a POV camera and not miss the haptic feedback or LED light on top if you don't shoot in bright situations or loud situations, because the sound on Nano is very loud. So yeah, that might be enough for you. But if you do shoot in, you know, loud environments and you need that haptic feedback or the LED on top, then of course, Ultra will be the better POV camera for you. But everyone's individual with this. That's why you have to ask yourself, like, what are you going to be using the cameras for? But like I said, if I was going away for 2 weeks vlogging the trip, it would be Ultra that I would take with me. So, two very similar cameras, two very different cameras. Both can produce some pretty impressive audio and visuals, but some annoying things coming from Nano and an expensive price tag coming from Ultra. So ask yourself the question, which one of these is the best for you? Forget about him, forget about her. What are you going to be using this camera for? Oh, is it time for them to kiss and make up? Maybe not.